Oh, what's good, YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoot, back with the Santa Smackdown 2018 tour. We have uploaded our draft analysis and our game 1 of the pool play. Here is our game 2 of the pool play, and we're taking on Axel Raid, who has a pretty scary squad. As you can see on screen, he brought quite a few threats, and then some not so threatening mons to me, such as Septile. I don't think Septile is too big of a threat to my squad specifically. That's not to say that it's not good versus some other squads, but mine specifically, I didn't feel like it was that big of an issue. And he does have the Mega Beedrill, which could be very, very problematic depending on like what kind of sets he brings and things like that. I do feel like I have some pretty solid checks to it though, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. And Victini is another huge. Victini and Salamence are two other huge threats, like mons that you're just naturally afraid of, especially Salamence. It's just swept so many teams in the past that it just can't be overlooked. So he's got Mega Beedrill, Tapu Fini, the Septile, which is pretty cool, but like I mentioned, not very threatening versus my squad. The Victini that I mentioned, very scary mon there. Banded V-Create is just such a nuisance to switch into, really. We do have a Mega Charizard X though, so that helps us out a little bit. But still, not one of my favorite mons to switch into, basically. Anyways, he also has the Metagross that he brought. What he did not bring was the Terrakion and the Volbeat. Now, I don't necessarily know how my opponent feels about Volbeat, but that thing's a huge threat. And Salamence is a Z-move user, by the way. So he didn't bring the Terrakion and the Volbeat, like I mentioned. He does have one potential Stealth Rocker, being Metagross, but he also has a potential Toxic Spiker or a Spiker in Mega Beedrill, which is really nice. And then Defog support with Fini. I don't expect him to have Toxic Spikes on Mega Beedrill with Tapu Fini on the squad. Septile is going to be some kind of unburdened Misty Seed, whatever seed pops when you hit the Misty Terrain. And Victini could be probably a Choice Scarf variant. Matches up pretty decently versus my squad. But we can talk about our squad now. We've got a Mega Charizard X. We're running a Dragon Dance variant for this matchup, and we've got Dragon Dance, Flare Blitz, Earthquake, and Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch bops the thing right there, the Tapu Fini, and the Earthquake hits the Terrakion, which he didn't bring. And now I'm starting to wonder, should I have brought Dragon Claw over Earthquake, because Earthquake only hits the I guess it hits Victini, but Dragon Claw would hit it as well, just not super effectively. So I think maybe Dragon Claw was a better move, because I'm kind of like not necessarily walled, but Salamence could be an issue if I can't knock it out with one shot and it's able to knock me out. Anyways, yeah, we had to go max speed because of Victini, potential Choice Scarf Victini. So yeah, after Dragon Dance, we speed tie at least with a Choice Scarf Victini and Choice Scarf Salamence, as well as being able to outpace the rest of his team outside of Septile, if it's got an unburdened activation there. And max attack for most damage output. That bypass on Roost. Could have maybe brought Fire Punch over Flare Blitz, and since we didn't bring Roost, we probably should have did that. But anywho, our next mon is we're bringing another max defense, max HP Clefable with Wish and Protect, just like our last game, except for this time we're running Moonblast and Toxic. Toxic is there for the Victini switch in. I know. He's got the Tapu Fini and the Misty Terrain, but the Toxic is really nice to be able to wear that thing down. If the Misty Terrain isn't up, and I don't expect him to expect Toxic on Clefable, so that could be really nice. And then Moonblast is really nice for the Salamence. I thought about bringing Flamethrower for the Metagross, but I felt the rest of my team dealt with it pretty fairly. And same thing for Mega Beedrill, which is a huge threat to Clefable. I can negate that being an issue because of my Blitzcore over here, which is max HP, max defense, protect, earthquake, ice fang, and roost. So this thing can also take a hit from Salamence, which is a threat to my squad, and I can bop it with the ice fang, as well as being able to take repeated hits from Mega Beedrill. And with protect, I can scout Victini out for Glaciate, Banded V-Create, so on and so forth. And not only that, but I can get Poison Heal back. So that's pretty nice. Next up, we've got Empoleon, which pairs really well with Clefable and Blitzcore. With the Sugar Berry, we've got Scald, Ice Beam, Defog, and Stealth Rock. Another Salamence, another way to deal with Salamence and Victini. We can take we avoid a 2-hit KO from a Choice Scarf V-Create, which is really nice. And it can knock it out with the Scald. Gets Stealth Rocks up, wins the Hazard War for us. Obviously, we could be taunted by Feeny or something like that, but I do have Decidueye in the back here. We've got a Choice Banded, Adamant Max Attack, U-Turn, Spirit Shackle, Shadow Sneak, and Leaf Blade. Rocking the Choice Band Decidueye once again. And this one actually has a little bit better merit than the last one. Switching in on Sceptile and Feeny really well, and being able to use Shadow Sneak in the late game versus Mega Beedrill, Victini, and Metagross, which is really nice. And if I can get Sticky Webs up with Galvantula. As you can see, Galvantula is my last mon on the squad. I have a Focus Sash variant with Sticky Webs, Thunderbolt, Bug Buzz, and Disable. So Disable is a really cool tech too, because if I'm matched up with Victini on the lead, he might want to go straight for a V-Create. And if he does, I can click Disable on turn 1 and potentially disable his V-Create and then be able to get my webs up on the following turn. Or I can just click Sticky Webs up and guarantee my webs. And if he's not Scarf, then I can disable his whatever move he went for. Same for my other mons too. Like if Tapu Fini goes for Scald or Moonblast or something like that and breaks my sash, and I'm able to get in and disable as he goes for Scald or Moonblast again, and then get a Thunderbolt off or webs up or something like that. Or if I'm able to get webs up and he defogs with Tapu Fini, I can disable defog and then get my webs back up, which could be nice. So yeah, really fun squad, and I'm excited to use it. But yeah, we can go ahead and hop into the squad here and see what's going to go on. His only potential Stealth Rocker is Metagross, like I mentioned. I think Blitzcore and Empoleon lead pretty well versus him. And I'm going to lead with Blitzcore as he leads with the Metagross. I can just click Earthquake here, or I can switch out. Earthquake's the simplest play and gives me the most, I think. As if he switched into the Mints, I could just Ice Fang on the following turn. But yeah, I can just click Earthquake once again. He doesn't have, like I can protect here and scout, see what he wants to go for, and he reveals Scald. So that's not going to knock me out, but I still don't want to take it necessarily, so I can hard switch out to my Decidueye and hope that I don't get burned. But he actually goes for the Nature's Madness on the following turn, which is really nice for me, and gives me the ability to just click the Leaf Blade here. I could have clicked U-turn there, but in case he wanted to leave his Feeny in, that would open the holes up for the rest of my squad really nicely, so I wanted to go ahead and get rid of that. But he goes into the Sceptile. Choice Banded Decidueye does over half to a Sceptile. I can go hard into my Empoleon here as he goes for the Acrobatics, which isn't going to do, it actually bounces off of me, and then I'm able to defog these rocks away for my Charizard, and I'm able to get my rocks up too, which helps out my Charizard immensely. And I'm going to hard switch out to my Decidueye again as he goes for the defog, which is really nice for me. Now I can just U-turn out. I could have Spirit Shackled there as well, but had he went Mints, it wouldn't have been worth it. And yeah, I can just go into Charizard off of my U-turn here, and he goes for his own U-turn as I Dragon Dance up. And he brings in his Tapu Fini, which, you know, weakens my Dragon type moves, but at the same time, Thunder Punch is going to be able to 2-hit KO, and would have been able to knock anything out he switched into there at the same time. So here he brings in Sceptile, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if he thought maybe Unburden worked through the whole match or what, but this thing's just going to drop to a Flare Blitz. Perhaps he wanted me to weaken myself to be in range of a Zen Headbutt there by using the Flare Blitz. And here, I go into Empoleon. I know I can leave anyone hit, and I just get my rocks back up as he goes into the Mints. And I'm just going to click Ice Beam here. He can't knock me out with any one hit, and I had the Sugar Berry in case he had Earthquake. So that was not a bad play there. He goes for the V-Create here, and my boy Empoleon lives on 3% and knocks this bad boy out with a Torrent boosted Scald. So Empoleon putting in the work, keeping the hazards off our side of the field, keeping hazards up on their side of the field, making way for Charizard, and then putting in the work himself. Very nice. However, Metagross can revenge kill me here with Bullet Punch, but at this point, I can go into Galvantula here and just click Sticky Webs, and now I have a way to make Mega Beedrill really, really slow. Well, not really, really slow because it's so fast, but it is slower, if that makes sense. And I'm able to go into Decidueye here, click Shadow Sneak, and I could just get a little bit more chip off here with Shadow Sneak. It might knock him out here. Barely misses out on the knockout, and he's going to be able to knock us out with the Poison Jab. But now Gliscor can just come in and click the Earthquake here. Was in no real danger from Mega Beedrill, and we're going to be able to pick up a nice 2-0 victory to set us at 2-0 going into the rest of our pool play, which is really nice. We're putting us in a position to where maybe we can make a mistake. We obviously want to go 4-0 in our pool play, but we at least got to get top 2 in our pool. So 2 wins to start off is really nice, and hopefully we can continue winning so differential isn't a problem. But at this point, differential is a problem. We've only won 1-0 and 2-0, so we've got a 3+ differential right now, and it needs to get better. But yeah, that's going to be it for game 2. Let me know what you thought about the prep and the plays on both sides of the field. Charizard absolutely went in. Sticky Webs helped the end game clean up. I could have perhaps locked myself into Shadow Sneak instead of, Spirit Shackle instead of Shadow Sneak. But it's okay. It's okay. The end game didn't really matter. I could have potentially made this a 3-0 though, and I'm a little bit upset that I made it a 2-0 instead. But I guaranteed my victory, so I can't be too mad. But yeah, that's going to be it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.